either want Disney Star Wars to fail, or you don't.
Sometimes people just need some space.
There are Lucas facts, and then there is cringe factor.
Explore the adherence to canon, continuity, and lore.
We have more fun ripping Disney Star Wars than the Shills do enjoying it. And that triggers them. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of Star Triggered, and the Gatekeepers Alliance is finally back together. Welcome to everyone. Welcome, everyone in the chat. And we got a pretty fun, hilarious, and probably pretty toxic show in store for all of you guys. We're finding new ways to trigger the shills. And sometimes we don't even have to do anything. Sometimes just current events trigger the shills. And we're going to look into that tonight because they are melting down simply over current events. And it's pretty damn funny if you ask me. What's up, everyone? What is up? We got Star Wars Marvel Purist and Darth Melvin here for Star Triggered episode 5. What is up?
What's going on?
Yo, we are back, Star Triggered. We're here to trigger the fake fans and the Disney shills and the crybabies. I don't like the Gatekeepers Alliance. Mommy, they're streaming again. Oh, I just love it. I love the tears of Disney shills, and we're going to continue to trigger. We are going to be here a very long time, and the shills are going to continue to cry.
Yes, and we are going to expose that the Disney shills, the word that they use to describe all of us is grifters, right? They're grifters. They're doing what they do on their channels for money, right? When really they're just mad that we're making more money than they are, and we don't have to try half as hard. And the audience, our fans, our viewers are just better than theirs. But we have a classic case of the shills grifting off of the grifters for tonight's Every Frame a Triggered segment later in the show. And we're going to get to that a little bit later. Very interesting video that we're going to get into a little bit later. And of course, we have the triggered shills on. They are big mad on social media about a lot of things, really. Like we're going to kind of go like all over the place with it.
There's a lot going on. If you're paying attention to the Disney shills whining and crying, I will be covering that in depth in the future on the channel.
Well, I think Melvin pointed out too, like a lot of we lost a lot of momentum because of Anbor and our side like propping it up, and you can see like on Twitter they're trying to do the same thing. Like you always see certain people posting about Andor every single fucking day, like they just don't want it to die out. It's like, hey, look, Disney Star Wars could be good, guys. We got Andor. Meanwhile, we got Bombastic bombarding the tweets with Battlefront 3, and then you got our side playing Battlefront 2 to support Battlefront 3. It's a very odd time.
It's very strange. I think our movement when it start with the Acolyte, everything was good. I thought everyone seemed to be kind of on the same page. And then Skeleton Crew, that bullshit. Oh, it's just a kid show. That continued with Andor. And I've been saying this a lot that the Disney shills, as SJWs they are, leftists and fucking crazy they are, the even more crazy group is that middle group who are absolutely fucking unhinged. And like seeing a lot of that, a lot of backlash from them. They don't even, they like maybe one show or two shows from Disney Star Wars. That's what they claim. And it like they are highly motivated to whine and cry for long periods of time. It should be
And
studied by a psychologist.
they want us to like it. Is like something that they want us to like it. Like, what are you not getting? We reject all Disney Star Wars. We
I
reject
don't
all, like, how
understand
many
what.
times do we have to say it? Like, why don't you guys like Rogue One? It's a good movie. Like, it's fucking boring. It was saved by the last 5 minutes.
It was saved by the very thing they claim not to like. You need pew pew and lightsaber. Well, the lightsaber at the end of Rogue One is like really the only part most people remember from the whole fucking movie. The lightsaber of Darth Vader. So
It's just crazy 2025 how rejecting Disney Star Wars completely is like still like an out there view. It's like a strange take. Oh, you're taking it to the extreme. Well, did you see my stream from a week ago talking about the LGBTQ representation in the woke republic, the fucking Disney expanded universe? Clear fucking agenda with
Was it
Disney
50 characters?
inserting like 50 characters of all gay, lesbian, let's go lesbians, non-binary, asexuals. They covered it all, and they're all written by leftist nutjobs as well. You have to be a leftist nutjob to write for those novels, and people are like telling me like, you should appreciate Andor and not be so hard on Disney. Well, Disney Star Wars doesn't care about George Lucas Star Wars, and they don't care about real fans. And we are fighting against them. We are helping to avenge Star Wars, and we are triggering their fucking shills. And if you don't like it, you can cry to your mom about it.
yeah, the Gatekeepers Alliance, we know that Anakin is straight, always has been straight, and his character arc completely changes if he was a closet homosexual. So we don't bend with the narrative for the audience.
Guys,
If anyone's ever wondering if Anakin is a closet homosexual, that just it's not the case. Like that's just it's not true.
he must have thought that one deleted scene.
I don't like vaginas.
I think that's what they're talking about. That was a deleted scene.
Brought to you by the creators of Vader 2.
Good shit. All right. Well, I think we got some shit to get into. I guess we should start with the big thing from Mr. J.A.I. Jacobson. Very
Jacob.
little bit of a Star Wars meltdown. Got a little star triggered, and deleted some tweets apparently. So I think we need to get into that, and I think we need to get into that right now.
I can't wait to get home to read this new High Republic book. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta start right now. Two Jedi suck each other off in this one. Hey, have you guys ever read High Republic? Ah!
You could learn a lot from a dummy.
Don't chill and drive.
Don't shill and drive, and don't shill and e-bag either. I caught somebody doing that recently.
All right, so we're doing the JIA Cup.
Yes.
All right, let me get this in here.
And he gets a little heated on X. He's not a big fan of some certain people on the stream, certain members of the Gatekeepers Alliance, especially. One of them is Mr. Darth Melvin.
Yeah, I think he's blocked. Well, he blocked all of us long ago, but he's blocked many of the audience as well.
All right, so this was after the famous the famous attack involving Iran. And Jacob had this to say: "I stand with Iran." Stands with Iran.
Of course he does.
So a lot of people thought this was real. It got over 100,000 views on Star Triggered, but it's actually a fake tweet. I just I just arrived Palpatine place of employment. Thought it just got an idea. Thought it was kind of funny. So I made this fake tweet and then I put it out there, and it took off.
And it was quite believable. It was quite believable. Like when I first saw it, I was like, huh, I'm not really all that surprised. Yeah, sounds like something he'd say. Like, right, that was just, I kind of just, glanced at it on the phone. I was like, oh, yeah, makes sense.
Kind of seems like the shill marching
I think
orders,
the only
right?
thing, I think the only thing that like kind of popped off to me was, oh, he changed his profile picture. That was like the only thing that jumped out at me. Everything else with that tweet, with regards to that post and the tweet, was like, oh yeah, that's Jacob. Sure,
You
absolutely.
went back to the old school with that one, huh?
And
Gap.
it's like, it was fake, but this tweet was really just ahead of its time, and we'll get into that. And really, like, to be honest, I just tweeted it out because I thought it would be funny. I wasn't trying to make it come off as a real tweet. Like, I changed the fucking profile picture to the Jacob holding the Grogu, and I know he hates that picture. Every time he sees that, he cries. And I stand with Iran, and so, this is his response to it. Absolutely hilarious how my ignorant, staunchly conservative haters think they're owning me by making a fake screenshot of me having the most blatantly valid and rational opinion imaginable.
So he doubles down. He gets triggered and then doubles down on it anyway.
He finds a way to be offended, but he agrees with it. By the way, a country that all the other things he claims to support, the LGBTQ community, minorities, certain minorities, and everything, trans and
Women.
everything. Women, oh yes, women, especially women, right? They hate those groups over there, but he still stands with them. And then the meltdown continues.
And then he's like, oh, so just another tweet from him. Guys, look, this guy we hate for his movie opinions. We don't like him for a lot more reasons than that. Believes that this country is being unjustly attacked by Israel, who has been committing mass genocide against Palestine for decades now. And I'm just like wondering, how much is Jacob aware of the conflict going on with Israel and Palestine?
These are the
Is he just like repeating shill talking points? I think he is.
This is a guy that has called us Nazis on numerous occasions, by the way, as well.
He does have a blue check mark, by the way, so that's funny.
And he
too.
supports the Nazi
He
platform.
supports them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are quite literally some of the dumbest people imaginable and should be ashamed of yourselves. I think Jacob is overthinking this tweet. Like, honestly, I just thought it was funny. So I put it together and I posted it. I didn't think it was going to blow up and get like 100,000 views on Twitter. And look, he's freaking the fuck out. Just like over analyzing everything. Oh my God. Like, they planned this. They planned this. It was a setup. No, I just thought it was funny, Jacob, and you're exposing yourself.
It almost plays like a Darth Melvin video, right? You make a video and you got people writing you novels in your comments section. It's kind of playing the same way off of 4 words.
And then this one, your last 9 posts on the...
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Whoops, sorry.
Jacob got into the fucking net. He just canceled Darth Melvin.
Oh god, there they go. Yep.
Hack speed.
I think that's gonna make more sense with what's coming up later.
Hack speed. We can't have Doris.
There he's
Melvin
back.
call
Sorry
us
about that.
actors.
That was my fault. There were multiple tabs. I tried to close one of them and it kicked all three. My bad.
That's all right. Yeah, let me share that again.
You stole his thunder, Grizzy.
Oh, he was right in the middle of it too. I thought he was taking the spotlight away.
It was Disney. They got to protect their boy. All right, your last 9 posts on this account are about me. I don't need you guys, but you clearly need my account and opinions for content and the tiny bit of clout you receive. Thanks for being my biggest shills. Incredibly embarrassing for you. Like the ego on J.I. Acup. First of all, saying that we need his account and opinions for content. Like, if Jacob was not on our radar, we would cover other shills. We would talk about other stuff. You go to all 3 of our channels, and it's just like, we talk about other shills. Jacob is just that sad that we talk about him a lot. And then the guy who buys engagement, subscribers and views, likes and comments is suggesting that we get clout from this guy. Fucking unhinged. Delusional. It's just the guy who buys subscribers. Now, I think he loves when we talk about him. I think it does piss him off, but I've seen it before. I think he's got Asperger's. Like, he goes in cycles where it's like he's really upset about it. Then he's just like, oh, fuck those guys. I don't care. And then he's like really mad about it. And then maybe he's like happy that we're talking about him. It goes in a circle. It's very predictable. And so,
and I think
something
that
like
happened.
this,
I think that happened in the course of this thread as well. Considering that they were eventually deleted by him. The whole thread was his whole rant about this was deleted by him. So I guess what you're saying there does make sense.
Oh yeah,
And this is a guy that hides his live streams too, right? He's so much clout to gain from him, you know, when he's got 8 to 12 people watching his live streams that he no longer makes public.
Yeah, I forgot to add the regret is another stage. Like, he'll lash out and then he'll regret what happened and try to delete the evidence. Well, I'm sorry, J.A., but I have the evidence.
Yeah, and as you can see down, like the engagement isn't really 280 in an hour. That's not good enough for what Jacob's trying to accomplish. These people, like, they're obsessed with being a victim. Like, anytime someone comes at them and they have an excuse to play the victim, they want people to come in and feel sorry for them, right? And when nobody came in, people saw this and were just like, bro, yeah, we don't care. We don't like these guys, but we don't care. You're just giving them the attention that they want, apparently, in their little circles. And they don't care. They don't get in the comments and support him and anything. So when they don't do that and he doesn't get the, he doesn't get the reinforcement of being a victim, he doesn't get enough people feeling sorry for him as he wants, he deletes the evidence. And
yeah, even the Sex Plains
with a lot of these shows.
The Sex Plains even figured him out. You know, he tried to get the elite member package with them, and he didn't get the clout that he wanted from the Sex Plains, and he canceled his membership because he didn't get the clout fast enough from them.
There's no way you can convince me that it didn't go down like that. He tried to kiss their ass. They weren't buying it. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to spend money on their membership anymore.
Bought the $100 membership.
It's civil war.
I'm pretty sure he's not even just like a regular member for like $1 or $2. You know, like $1, $1, $2, that's nothing. Nope, not for J.A. Acup. He needs to buy these Star Wars books, these fake Star Wars books. He needs to buy subscribers. And then he made like a tweet about it that, I finally joined the Sexplain channel. Made such a big fucking deal about it and then cancels it.
It's an honor to become a part of the sexplaining of Star Wars community.
It's just like, Yeah, I think it's sad either way, but had he stayed on as like a member, like $1, $2, whatever their lowest tier is, it would be slightly better, but we'd still rip him apart for what it is.
I think
Yeah.
he's mad they didn't ship him any peanut butter. Hashtag Doggate. So he got a little upset about that.
But I would have loved to have the recording of that Zoom call if there was one with him. And I'm assuming there was because they have one every month with their high Jedi shill council that you got to pay $100 to get on. So this is the last part of his rant. Quite honestly, wasn't going to say anything about this post, and like so, this tweet has gone. There's different levels of viral, like 100,000 views on Twitter is pretty significant. And so he saw that this was taking off, and he's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, he's got to say something. Quite honestly, wasn't going to say anything about this post, but it's gotten a lot of engagement for being a fake screenshot. And everyone thought it was real. Like, everyone thought it was real. Wrong profile picture and everything. So it's hilarious seeing so many people online calling me the worst things imaginable for something so obviously poorly photoshopped. I don't know if it was poorly photoshopped, but it was the wrong picture.
I don't think people would be talking about it on other live streams if it were poorly photoshopped, Jacob.
Yeah,
I put that photo in there because I know it pisses him off. I know it does.
He's trying to hide his Gap tendencies. You know, that brings back memories of people knowing he's a Gap.
But honestly, I'm glad. So might be the saddest part of his rant. But honestly, I'm glad this happened because it gives me a chance to speak up for what I believe in. Silence is complicity. And free Palestine!
Hell yeah!
Ah!
Hell yeah!
Free Palestine. Silence is complicity, everyone.
Maybe Jacob will get drafted for World War III. I'd like to see that. I'd love to see J.A.I. Jacob getting yelled at by a drill instructor. Well, he'd need to lose some weight. He need to lose some weight. He might get lucky, and because he's so overweight, bypass the draft. But if he were to get drafted, that would be pretty goddamn funny.
And then I think all the shills should be shipped off to Ukraine, but at least the ones that have the flag in their profile. That'd be hilarious. And so all of that, the silence is complicity, free Palestine, Jacob deleted the entire tweet, deleted the entire thread. Maybe because it wasn't getting the views. I believe Grizzy said that earlier. It wasn't getting the views. And so he deleted it. Or he was just afraid that we were going to screenshot it, which we did. Someone tagged you in the comments, and I genuinely started laughing my ass off because you can see the different profile picture and lack of flag in the user. None of these people are intelligent in any sense. So another guy who's just overthinking it. Like, I did not use his profile picture because I wasn't really attempting to make it exactly his, and so you'd have to analyze it. I purposely used the other picture because I thought it was funny. And you have Detective Jacob over here, like, fucking losing his shit, and unbelievable. I have, like, 98% of the crowd blocked. Wow, that's a very high statistic. So it's really funny when they tag me because I guarantee there's a strong chance I'll never even see the mentions. He really showed.
He saw it all right,
his haters.
He has everyone blocked. He probably won't see it, but he sure saw it and posted plenty of posts about it. So tells you he's full of shit. And it shows how much soy he's got because 98% block. Like, I don't even block people. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, whatever happened to 3 videos a week, Jacob? How about 1 video in 3 months? Jesus Christ.
He had a fucking schedule. There was like 5 or 6 uploads a week, like different kinds of uploads. Didn't even follow it, or didn't even attempt to follow it for 1 week.
He's like on the rule of 3 book review schedule, you know, happening.
And I just want to point out again in the last post, he said silence is complicity free Palestine. Well, he is now silent and he's not said anything more about Palestine since then. You
Or
go on his
Iran.
timeline, I don't think he's ever talked about Palestine. He hasn't talked about Palestine since. So, Jacob, silence is complicity.
And you deleted the one time you did speak out, bro, where you said silence is complicity.
So, like, just another example of this guy being fake as fuck. Like, there's just something seriously wrong with him. He lies to everyone he knows. Everyone lies to his fake wife, lies to his mom. I'm sure he tells them all about how he's got 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he really doesn't because he bought all the subscribers. Anyone who does YouTube can tell you that. Anyone who does YouTube.
Good shit. Good shit. So anything else? Anything else on J.I. Jacob? That was pretty much it. That's just what we did. This is what we do between episodes of Star Trigger, man. We just enjoy sometimes in our own free time, just fucking with the shills all the time.
It's just like Disney, Star Wars aside, politics aside, like this is a grown man that constantly cries on the internet and is trying to be a fake victim and beg for sympathy. It's just like this should not be tolerated. And I'm surprised that some of his shill followers don't just like unfollow him because he's just a bitch. They're tired of seeing him crying. Well, the crying is going to continue. The documentary is going to be made. It's going to be epic, and he's that might officially end his career.
It's gonna be Sparrow Files level, isn't it?
It's basically going to be Sparrow Files level, but one video.
Yep.
So it'll be long.
Good shit. All right. Well, we got a couple of more triggered on social media shills here. Let me get that ready real quick.
What is your problem? Like,
Hashtag triggered.
Going from one to another. And it's quite the transition or transformation or whatever the fuck this is. But so here we have Soya, the woman she's a. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You cut out on me.
Oh, did I? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sawyer she's there we go. A Jewish American woman. There you go. I just answered my own question. So as a Jewish American woman, she's ashamed of her own community. And she just posted this like an hour before the stream, which I found hilarious.
She's been going nuts lately with the engagement farming.
Yes, and you told me this before the stream, Darth Melvin. Didn't she say something like, I'm gonna tone down the like engagement? She said she was gonna tone down.
It's something like that, like a week ago. Oh, there's so much infighting and like and arguments. It's like the exact opposite of that. Just trying to post offensive things to get people to just to just comment. And then someone raided her Discord server last night, called her fat and a pig, and of course she had to tweet about that.
Did she? I must have missed that. But anyway.
I'm sure she doesn't like being called that, but like she's gonna make the most of it. She loves talking about and being a fake victim.
They all do. They love people feeling sorry for them. And so this is her like calling out her own Jewish community in support of Iran, I guess.
So self-hating Jew, basically, is what she's saying, right?
It's so crazy to me how like they labeled Gina Carano anti-Semitic for like nothing, for like talking about a picture. and like these people like openly hate Israel and just like are constantly like talking about it. So it's just like if you apply the same shill logic, like don't they hate Jews? Aren't they anti-Semitic? But no, it doesn't apply to them. It only applies to the people they don't like. Their fucking logic.
Exactly. What do you think of this one? What do you think of this one, purist? Fear will never be able to discuss the misogynistic undertones of Mara Jade's original story.
How is it misogynistic? She was the emperor's hand. How is that misogynistic?
Like, doesn't that build up women? Like,
Yeah.
what did she want him to like, or want her to like, it be the number one or something? I don't know.
Maybe she saw one of my comic reviews, because there is one when in the Heir to the Empire comic when she's bending over picking something for Luke for a rash that he gets, or to give him a rash so they can go in incognito. And maybe I use that as in one of my thumbnails. Maybe she got offended by that, and she doesn't actually really know about Mara Jade, but she saw that and got triggered.
Here's the
So
one.
it's like there's a female character that's positively received. You know, stuff they talk about all the time, and she's like ripping that apart. But it's like then we talk about Reva, who's a terrible character, and she is a terrible character, but she's
OSHA
female. And
and
OSHA,
May.
same thing, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Maybe she caught some of the NJO streams that Star Wars Theory and Stupid Ass Wave and Mrs. Dash haven't caught, and she heard us talking about the respect between Luke and Mara as husband and wife, and that like triggered her, because there shouldn't be a respectful marriage. The man should be cucked like fucking Jacob, and her whoever boyfriend, I don't remember the fucker's name. So maybe that has her offended, because they actually have a wholesome husband-wife relationship in the NJO.
This is the only female I've probably seen in the Star Wars fandom that has like a problem with Hayden Christensen and just like Anakin Skywalker in general. Like
Yeah.
it's just like there's
We know
something
fake
about
Padme doesn't.
something about men she doesn't like. It's the same thing as like talking to a dude and like who has a issue with Padme. Like there aren't dudes out there like that unless you're Jacob.
Oh yes, exactly. So there's, speaking of hatred of men, shout out to the insecure men who raided my Discord server to remind me that I'm not at my current weight goals. Well, apparently you're not too offended because you put a smiley face. I'd like to tell you that it doesn't hurt, but yeah, it really does. Thanks for letting us know. Oh, this one I found. I found. So she's still crying about the Acolyte a year later. As much as I'd love to return to the world of Skeleton Crew, I can't help but feel a little embittered by the idea of giving it a season 2. Sawyer, great grammar. While
she's got a master's degree, I want to point that out.
She's a scientist.
Yes,
that's all scientists, right?
yes, master's degree of getting a season 2, while the Acolyte is discarded and ignored after a brutally unfair and racist rampage contributed largely to its downfall.
Now, purist, do you remember the numbers on those charts? Does Skeleton Crew do better than the Acolyte?
No, it did worse.
It did worse. But
Yep.
I'm sure the cost of it was a lot less.
Yeah, I believe it was. I can't remember the numbers on the cost. I know it was cheaper than Andor, that's for sure. I think everything is combined, but
I just think it's a little strange that she's got to throw a show under the bus, take a shot at Skeleton Crew just to push the Acolyte. You know, it's like what they do with the prequels to build up the sequels. Well, the prequels weren't that good, but the sequels, blah, 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 blah.
yeah, kind of like Andor.
Doesn't sound like a very positive channel to me.
Not at all. Very, very negative. Very negative.
I
would hate to have her serving me on a flight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There is no way that she is just like chill and friendly, and a good employee. There's just no way. Like,
A good flight attendant.
there is going to be a firing. This could be like Mrs. Dash level of firing, and there is going to be a lawsuit, a fake victim lawsuit, which hopefully she loses. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe they'll settle.
There you go. I think this is a recycled tweet. I swear I've seen this one before. If you're racist, sexist, Zionist, transphobe, homophobe, or like to downplay the effect of bigoted ideologies, this is not a safe space for you, and it never has been. I think I've seen this tweet before.
I think you're right about that.
I think I've seen that tweet.
Again,
many a
very
time.
positive account. And it's like, does she apply that same logic like on the airplanes as a flight attendant? Like, what's gonna happen when a guy in a MAGA hat like asks her for a drink?
Yep.
or is like this seatbelt isn't working, ma'am.
Go in the bathroom and cry.
She does the citizen's arrest of the pilot because he's a straight white male. She's like, "We need an Asian or a Hispanic to fly the plane as it goes down." Jeez.
All right, I got something else here that I just wanted to pull up quickly and just get your guys' opinion on it. Actually, I got two more things. So that was it for her. We got we got this gem from OnlyFans Kenobi here. What do you think of this?
Oh my God.
Now, chat, imagine if, God forbid, the election went the other way, and we said something like this about the administration if it went the other way.
Like,
you'd get a little.
But she throws the disclaimer down here for legal reasons. I just want to make it clear I'm talking about Emperor Palpatine, who is a fictional character from a fictional world. Yes, sure you are. Sure you are. Who are these? Who are the Andor fans? The Disney shill Andor fans, like the woke ones comparing Palpatine to during Andor.
Yeah,
you refresh my memory. You know, if you read between the lines here, you know.
Yeah, they're recreating it in the streets of Los Angeles. You know, we are the gore.
This is the kind and tolerant and the loves everybody left right here.
This girl is completely out of touch with reality, completely unhinged. Another one of these people that claims to have multiple degrees, yet I'm pretty sure they are unemployed, and they only do OnlyFans. And then they make tweets like this, which is, in today's day and age, we saw what happened in Pennsylvania, with what happens with unhinged people. And Thomas Crooks looks like he could be subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
like really does. Like her or Louise Julie. Maybe both. And so when she says shit like this, and you see it with other girls too, with like the simps that come in, she says stuff like this. Oh, like you got some Thomas Crooks in the replies that see this, and I don't know, like the chances, the probability that they act on something like this is a lot higher than it normally would be.
Maybe he thought he could get in M. Kenobi's pants before like the law caught, if he made his escape before the law caught him. Maybe
It's
that's
just,
what.
How long after did she post the second one, though? Is it after people in the comment section probably lit her up and told her, you know, that's
day.
10:30. What time was the second one at?
10:45.
Yeah, so that's after people probably commented and told her, hey, you do realize
what the fuck?
You can get into some shit for that.
Everybody's just agreeing with her.
And see, there it is, Emperor Trumpatine.
86 them right now. Throw them over a cliff, throw them down the vat. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Wink. Yeah, we know what you mean.
Fucking Agatha freak.
This degenerate behavior by the shills. And it's like, never have sympathy for them because they want you deplatformed, they want you locked up, and even in these cases, they might want you dead. And so it's like, never have sympathy for them.
Never
Yeah,
let up off the gas.
you guys go after the Shills a lot harder because I'm busy calling out fence riders and people who don't know the lore. But I mean, at least I know the fence riders aren't unhinged fucking lunatics, right? I just think they're a little more dangerous to the cause because they're people that people look to for clarity in the quote unquote community, right? So
Maybe
gotta
not the
set the record straight.
YouTubers, but like their fan base, fucking unhinged. Like the middle group fan base. Like that's
Yes.
from what I've seen, like bigger SJWs. I think the Shills do a better job at like just tuning us out and just kind of like blocking and moving on. It's that middle unhinged group that I've seen the most like bizarre behavior from.
Definitely.
It's just like they're fighting for a couple shows and just like fighting in general against gatekeeping, trying to defend Disney Star Wars. Well, I guess they're defending the woke republic with all the gay characters and the non-binaries and the asexuals and all that bullshit.
Okay, I just got one more thing for you guys. I just kind of stumbled across. This isn't really a shill meltdown or anything, but I just want to show you what the shills claim that a real man is, real quick, if you guys don't mind. Did I lose my screen? I think I did. Hang on, give me a second. I'll have it right back up here in a second. There we go. Look at it, working out, doing some military presses with some dumbbells here. The junior sex playing guy. And then watch, he's gonna grab his OnlyFans wife and like try and military press her.
Probably drop her.
Well, no, he's like cheating when he does it.
He's got some terrible form. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, you're giving yourself the using your little too much legs there. Can't even do it.
Yeah, his form is all fucked up. Like, I think this next one where he comes down.
Yeah, and those are 20. Those are only 20-pound dumbbells. I mean, that's like,
and that's
military pressing more than that.
Is this like in their home? This little gym?
I have no idea. Do you even lift, bro?
Kind of looks like it. I guess Disney pays well.
Yep, this is the guy who cross-dressed with Star Wars Sexplained as well, if you recall. Yeah.
Like, could you imagine your wife being that big of a whore? Oh, man. Would not be good.
Took the panty store down, though, so progress has been made. She took the panty store down. #, purchase the panties is no more. Took the panty store
No
down.
more hazmat suit needed for Grizzly.
Yeah, right?
Because wasn't somebody offering to super chat you and send you a pair? Right?
That was like a funny funny idea we had, like open the pant. But I think that's the point where you kind of just have to like give up on yourself as a man at that point.
Now the best OnlyFans was someone trolled Louise Julie on her OnlyFans and then got refunded because the membership was canceled.
Oh, she canceled it?
She kicked them out, and
I think that was someone. I forget who it was. I haven't seen him in a while, but he came in here and said that he did it, and he just subscribed and called her a shill on the OnlyFans.
Looking for some restitution, right?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, there is another one out there. A certain Darth, a certain Sith Lord. All right. Anyway, Purist, I think you got something for us
Yeah, this
here?
isn't so much a shill one. Well, this is a SJW. So we had Legends Con 2 that got canceled. This is Legends Expo or Legacy Expo, I guess they call themselves now. So they're shouting out Mara Jade when in fact the first year they ran this convention, they used the real Mara Jade, Shannon McRandall. They used her photos and everything and didn't invite her over perceived political opinions. And they blocked Tim because Tim did a video on it. So when I saw them post this in respects to Mara Jade, I just responded to them, odd way to respect the character. Didn't your organization exclude the actual Mara Jade? And then I added Shannon McRandall from appearing at your first event and failed to invite her to this one due to your DEI coordinator, among other things, because their DEI coordinator got unhinged about it. Didn't stop you from using her face to advertise and promote your woke convention. Pretty tacky, if you ask me. So I commented to them. Tim couldn't because Tim was blocked. Where's Tim? I think I reposted Tim's. Yeah, these bitch assholes have me blocked, and that's the screenshot. Last year, I was one of the only people talking about this. Legacy Expo refused to have the real Mara Jade due to her perceived politics. No issue using her image, though. And then the link to Tim's video. So, yeah, if you guys go to United Spacers Alliance and look up the Mara Jade video, you can get, like, the details on that. But, yeah, total fucking bullshit. So, yeah, just that. I know there's one OG Star Wars wanted to share. I can look for it. Like, I know I have some of the stuff. I know she was on her way in. I don't know if she's I don't think she's backstage yet.
I don't.
But because we had a massive meltdown, but I don't think I have them all bookmarked because I think she does. Let me see. We had the George Lucas hating Andor lover, burnt cook or nerd cookies. I know Melvin covered it a little bit on his stream. I had Tim and Alora on my last stream on Monday, and we kind of talked about it. But yeah, taking shots at George Lucas for not releasing the original. They want the original first roll ever made of film for the original Star Wars movie, and they had a big meltdown going back and forth, calling George a fucking hypocrite and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I don't think I have any of them bookmarked.
You must get some clicks, must get some views from Shills, a Shill
Yeah.
audience, to rip on George Lucas. I mean, for 10,000 views, I guess it's worth it to them.
Yeah, right.
To just really shit on Star Wars and pander to your fucking retard fence riding audience.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you were saying about the shows with Acolyte, right? You got to talk shit about this to promote the Acolyte, and it's like the Andor fans got to do the same thing. Like, oh, the prequels sucked, and that's why Andor is so great. I mean, some of them are even saying that Andor was better than the original trilogy. Like, even if you say, like, objectively, like, Attack of the Clones is the worst, which I don't think it is. Like, how do you compare something like that to some boring ass show that barely has a fucking plot and has a bunch of plot holes and conveniences that people that like it just decide to fucking like not even bring up? It's just kind of weird.
It's like they need to watch that interview that Sex Blaine had with Tony Gilroy. Tony Gilroy doesn't know dick about Star Wars. Like the show that they like or they claim to love and everything, it's like not even a Star Wars show. I don't know what the fuck it is.
And he was mad about the continuity, trying to have to uphold the continuity. He's like, why can't I be like Dave Filoni and just fucking rewrite everything and trounce all over the continuity? So,
and that Mon Mothma speech, I think is just unacceptable. It completely contradicted Rebels.
yeah,
And like you can't sex-plain it away. Like I know Alex Damon tried, but you can't sex-plain it away.
yep. Alex Damon confirming the expanded universe and the canon tier system.
He knows all about that.
Yes,
like he had people, he had like lore experts, right, who were like on set because he was too lazy to go, figure it out himself.
There had to have been like a secondary writer that was more familiar with the universe, but also a fucking idiot. And then Pablo was probably putting his 2 cents in. I believe they mentioned him.
And again, everything gets approved by Filoni, right? I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, he's got to make sure that, you know, the story group first, and then him as the chief creative officer, they got to make sure that that shit goes through.
He's got the title. He gets the blame for everything. But like you got people in this fandom that just like to pretend that some of these projects never happened, or Filoni had no involvement, or even people like Josh from Den of Shills who said that Filoni made the Acolyte better. It would have been worse. I don't know how it could have been worse, but that is fake
Apparently.
news. That is completely fake news. And I don't care if it is remotely true, because he still allowed that show to exist. Instead of being like, no, we're not doing this show. His name is on the title. He gets the blame. That's how it goes.
And Kathleen's was too. So everyone who loves it, they got to give her the credit, you know? But yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, so when we were covering like the new Jedi Order books and stuff like that on my stream, like I did like lots of the background history on it. James Lucino was like the showrunner for the book, right? He's the one that headline, making sure the story was in line. All that. He hadn't read any Star Wars books. So what did he do? He didn't get a lore guy or this, that. He read 40 of the Bantam era books to get all the information. Then he got a lore guy just to make sure that he kept everything in continuity. And all these guys had to do was what? Watch some cartoons, right? Rebels. Like, I mean, it seems like reading 40 books is a little more difficult than, you know, watching a couple movies and shows from Disney, Star Wars, you know?
And people act like this is peak Star Wars, bro. It's not. It's fucking shit. Disney Star Wars. Disney Star Wars is fake Star Wars. And we're never going to stop. We are never going to stop saying it. Hopefully one day people will get it. But for now, we got a lot of people whining and crying.
Big mad.
All right, which leads us to what we got to cover. So we've seen this video, grifting the grifters with Dyad in the Force. Amazing name for a channel. Like, was that like supposed to be a troll or something, you think? Just like, what can we do that's gonna trigger the chuds? Oh, let's call it Dyad in the Force, because everyone hates the Rise of Skywalker. Great job. As you can see, it's been a raging success for their channel.
I think the Choco was like the element, and it's like, all right, let's come up with the gayest name possible, the absolute gayest name possible. And they came up with Dyad in the Force. And then when Jacob came around, he's like, I want to come up with the gayest name possible, and he came up with Lightspeed.
If they would have added Jay Jacob as a full timer, they almost could have called their show Rule of Three, because that's another Disney SJW title, the Rule of Three. They didn't actually have that in real Star Wars.
To be fair, I think I would rather watch the Shill Rule of Three with Jay Jacob than the current Rule of Three.
You'd have a lot of. Well, there is no current Rule of Three. Hashtag fired.
Yep.
We have to. I do think we should have like a celebrative stream for when that officially has happened. I think it's already officially happened, but like when we can like 100% confirm it, we should celebrate.
I think maybe they might just be like putting their head down and just hoping everyone forgets about it. But
I keep posting on Twitter.
Forget about it. We will never forget about it. That was supposed to be the show.
It was just so funny. Like, it was happening live that they were getting fired. You just knew that was happening. Oh, yeah, we'll do a second show. Bullshit, you're going to do a second show.
It's like, we're going to bring the guy. I'm going to bring the guys in. But first, I want to open with just some, a nerd theory reunion. You know, I don't want to use it with the other guys.
And we know, like, I mean, I may have I have the smallest channel out of all the gatekeepers, but I know the big shots watch my channel because they straight like other people take my content and then just recreate it. So, but you know, they've watched, because when we brought up in the Discord server that they were hashtag fired, I think I started the hashtag fired. I think I made one like a week or two after, and then I made the mega cut where I put in all the bells and whistles, and I play that faithfully every fucking week. So you know these guys are watching it every week. The fact that they got fired, and they never even knew that it was actually like they thought it was just somebody trying to cope, and they didn't realize that we all witnessed it live.
All right, well, you ready to watch Grift? It's just, this video was funny to me because it's just like everything they accuse the Grifters of doing, they do in this very video, just unsuccessfully.
Yeah, right.
Like Grifterphilia, Star Wars dies every year, and the Grifters are still talking about it, and you are still triggered by it. So let's get into this. Any thoughts on like the Star Wars is dead narrative? Like any comments on that? Like, I don't really say it really all that much.
Well, I've actually, my first Knights of Melvin tournament entry, I called out fence riders like Theory and Dennis Shills. You know, what do you know? They're going to be doing a show together, and Echo Chamber, because they always do that. Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is back. Star Wars is dead. And that's what I actually put in my video, because that is like a narrative, definitely, for sure. But these guys are just trying to use it, you know, like you said, the Grifters. But yeah, it definitely is a thing, you know. And that's why when I made my channel, I said Star Wars isn't dead, neither is Marvel. They'll always be alive, just the real versions of them, you know.
I just
Disney Star Wars is
I just
dead.
think what they don't understand is that you know, it's in the intro. We have more fun ripping on Disney Star Wars than they do enjoying it, clearly.
Exactly.
Clearly. And we're making money, right, guys?
Got into the game. How Star Wars died and has been dying every year.
What is this music playing in the background? I'm already annoyed.
For 6, 7, even 9 years going on, and you're still here.
And you're still triggered. Sorry, go ahead.
What's irritating is when they take shots at our side, it's like we're kind of like lumped in with these clowns, when it's like we're more extreme. We're actually the real fans that hate Disney Star Wars. And so it's like they think it's like applying to us, and it just it's kind of embarrassing.
Anyone else see the Grogu doll?
Yeah, it's in the back.
I see it. Yep, it's there. Chaco just takes up too much space, so you can't see his. Anyway,
he ate his
an
Grogu doll.
affront to anyone who genuinely is a Star Wars fan, enjoys Star Wars, has their criticisms of each project, and, you know, continues to have faith that, you know, they'll reach a project that resonates with them and stuff. This is for the people who are truly and unapologetically hating Star Wars, making videos saying Star Wars is dead for the past 10 years, and they're still making videos about it. They're still profiting off of the property to this day. And that's largely kind of the crux of this video. What do we do when we stop caring for a property and think that it is dead to us?
You move on. How, I don't know, pathetic must someone's life be that they hate something, yet they consistently come back and watch it and make and edit hours and hours of videos like on that subject. Like, isn't there something else
the only thing worse than that is, again, the fact that you allow that to trigger you guys, and then you do the same thing to them that they are doing to the show. Like, Star Wars is a big property, and that yet you are, you know, you're taking the moral high ground. We're the fans and everything, and you allow it to the fact that it gets under your skin enough to allow it to trigger you. Well, and the fact that you try and remove those people from the internet and support, and these guys did support, they retweeted the Rewriting Ripley cancellation campaign against all of these YouTubers that were on that scroll. A bunch of them were YouTubers on that scroll. They want them off the fucking platform. If if these guys make content that you don't like, why don't you take your own advice and just go hide in your safe space and enjoy Disney Star Wars? But the problem is that nobody watches you. A majority of the fandom watches them. If a majority of the fandom wasn't watching that, what's left of the fandom didn't agree with them and watch them, then
it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
They wouldn't be talking about it.
It's funny how they don't like to show any of our channels, though. They wouldn't want to do that because, we trigger them even more.
It's always the nerdrotic. It's always the critical drinker. Star Wars Theory. Oh, Star Wars Theory speaks for all the bad channels out there.
I think
for all the anti-Disney Star Wars channels. Full fucking shit he does.
I honestly think that Star Wars Theory and these two probably agree on more things than they disagree with.
Oh yeah, I agree.
At the end of the day, but because he's not as woke as they are, they hate his gut. Like if they sat down and had a conversation, I think the common ground that because I watched them both, we watched them both, we've heard both sides of each's argument. There's a lot of common ground there.
Yeah, it's also pretty sad because this Chaco guy claimed to know and have read like almost all the EU. So how can you be more pathetic than somebody who read all the EU and you actually like all this Disney shit? You got to have some kind of mental fucking disease.
He could be a fake like Jacob who's pretending to read the novels.
That's true.
Just put into
it's
the
so
search.
easy to like just read the Wikipedia and then like make videos. Like, look, Star Wars Theory did it. How many subscribers does he have? Star Wars Marvel Purist exposed him and is going to be exposing him further on that. So like Chaco, he's a piece of shit. He could have done the same thing. Make his stupid TikTok shorts on his communist app. It's
they got the
spying
blue
on him.
sky.
Going on blue sky. Yeah.
Bar in YouTube Star Wars, and you'll find a host of creators.
That's the same little clip that they played the first time, trying to make it. You type in Star Wars is dead in the search engine. Yeah, Star Wars is dead is going to come up.
Host of videos claiming that Star Wars is dead, and each video will have happened at different points in different years for the last 10 years, which brings us to how the video is titled. Star Wars has been dying, according to them, every year. And every new project that comes out, Star Wars is finally dead yet again. And they keep
I don't think it's that it's dead again. I think their point is more it's still dead. I think it's still dead. It's not coming back. It's still dead. It's not coming back. Every single project.
Yeah, they're just confirming no fake Night Sister magic. That's what they're doing, right?
And then Last Jedi came out. Star Wars died because it was too new. Like they did too much stuff that was.
I remember this point. I gotta get back. He goes through the list.
Double AA makes a good point.
and then-
Chaco was on Theory Stream back in the day when he had the shill, all the shills on. That's when he called out Levi, and he is one of the ones they all were sitting there uncomfortable while Theory was letting Levi have it.
Him and Sawyerism were on.
Was he on? I know Sawyerism was.
Its Theory had all the shills on it.
We should go back and watch that sometime. I think that deserves a watch. I think we should
That's on Darth Melvin Theory Exposed number 37 or 38.
What did I call them? Like the social justice.
That's what I'm trying to remember what you were calling them. That's why I'm like, it's the shill. Yeah, I can't remember the social. I can't remember what it was called. I may have it titled. I'll look through my videos real quick.
The social justice shills or whatever on the channel. It's like. And he gave them a platform and they turned on him. It might have been because of the Levi incident, but really I think they just figured out that he's not a leftist. And maybe the sex-plains got in their ear. It's just some like real shill drama going on. And now they like despise him. And it's just like it's just because of politics. That's what these
we get The
shills
Force
are.
Awakens, and Star Wars died because it was just a rehash of A New Hope. They didn't do anything new. And then The Last Jedi came out. Star Wars died because it was too new. Like, they did too much stuff that was different. And then Rise of Skywalker came out, and Star Wars died.
All those things came out, and you were and you were triggered because you liked it and nobody else did.
Because they leaned into everything that they were complaining about for the last 2 movies.
Star Wars dies every year. Star Wars dies every single project they release, and yet they keep coming back and they keep on making videos about it. And
well, because it's what the people, you got to give the people what they want. You know,
This was Element in Spider-Man. This kind of looks like Ned.
Oh, Purist, you got it.
Yeah, let's ask the Marvel purist here.
Oh, there's fake. There's fake Padme. Wow. Okay. Oh, yep. There he is. Yep.
See, they're fake. Padme was in Vader.
Yeah, that's
Vader. And it's like, you got to ask her what specifically happened between them. And I don't think anything happened. I think they just figured out that he's not a leftist like them, and they can't associate with him anymore. Someone got in their ear, and so they all like blacklisted him. Which is, it's just like, why is he having him on the channel to begin with? Because he's trying to pander to that side of the fandom.
Still kind of is.
He is, yeah. With Mrs. Dash, stupid ass wave.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm sure there's some fake Padme fans. Some, well, maybe not some Dyad and the Force fans because they don't really have any fans. But like, some of the fans. I don't know who these other 2 on the right are, but like, there's some common ground again with them and Theory.
Do you think fake Padme like did anything extra to get her position on that film, or it was just because of her talent?
Well, you know that fake Anakin wasn't gonna do anything about it if it did happen. Something really interesting about that. Whenever so like I recently on a member stream covered her getting interviewed by like the guy that interviews the fake reaction channels. And she like said that she like was like thanking like a bunch of people that helped her, and she did not thank Theory. And she mentioned that she appeared in a fan film, or she was in a fan film, but she didn't say what the film was, and she didn't thank Theory.
They act like he's such a fucking monster. It's like, what do you think we are? Like, if he's a monster, what does that make us? It's just insane. The only reason they act like that is because of the subscribers, because of the views he gets. There's just clout when his name is mentioned. There's no clout when it comes to us. That's going to change. That's going to fucking change, and they're going to cry about it.
Yeah, we'll have to cover this sometime. It's pretty fucking crazy. I want to get to the part where they start like because they really like step in it here with this one thing they're about to like.
That could be a thumbnail for Element. Duh. He's always just so happy to talk about Disney Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. That could be one for Chaco.
To higher ups, to directors, to we have connections at Lucasfilm. I have.
Oh, there you have it. This little channel with 15,000 subscribers has connections at Lucasfilm.
And those are fake subscribers. They have like a Dragon Ball Z video from like over 7 years ago that had like over 1 million views. This current Dyad in the Force bullshit like is not a 15,000 sub channel.
Spoken to higher ups, to directors, to these people actively don't listen to those communities because they know that they're grifting. They know that they don't have any solutions. That they don't actually care whether or not something is good. They're going to try to find an angle to make money on it.
Well, when real Star Wars did cater to those people, it was a lot better. Just saying.
Like when it comes to not liking Andor, like that hasn't exactly been good for the channel. A lot of people have been crying and complaining and being like, "Yeah, no, man, Andor is good," but hey, I'm continuing to rip on Andor, and so is everyone else in the Gatekeepers Alliance. But do you see much people ripping on Andor in this grifter crowd? Did you see Theory making anti-Andor videos, or Nerd Roddick or Critical Drinker making anti-Andor videos? No, they weren't. None of them.
Nope. Yeah, we've been hitting those and Battlefront, right? While everyone else on our side was playing Battlefront, we were making videos losing subscribers, talking about the bullshit that Battlefront 3 movement is, and how the actual original Battlefront 2 is a lot better than the Disney version, you know? But we're not going to lie to our audience just because we want to get on the Gwift, right?
And no shit, Disney doesn't. No shit does it, because they're, like I say it all the time. They're not making. I've said this all the time. They're not making Star Wars for us. So it's like when you see, like, there he says he has an insider, and he says, "I've spoken to said insider, and they said, like, we don't give a fuck about these people. They don't give a fuck about you," which is why it's like frustrating to see some of these people just get on board with Andor. You know, they didn't make it for you. They're making it for these guys. They're making it for the you know, Darth Melvin talked earlier about the fucking the gay agenda in the High Republic, the 50 LGBTQ tranny characters that are all in there. That's who they're making. They're making it for the Soyas. They're making it for the alphabet people.
Well,
They're
the Andor fans would say, "Oh, well, that's not us, though." But they have the same themes in Andor too. But they just excuse those because the writing's good, brah. You know.
And it's sad because people actually believe these lies, these nonsense. They believe about in this fake culture war, when in actuality it's these grifters cherry picking quotes from random interviews, typically when someone asks them a specific question.
Okay, so I think like they're talking. Okay, so remember he said that. Remember he said cherry picking quotes from that we cherry pick things from random interviews. Because keep that right, chat. Write that down in your handy dandy notebook. This right here.
He's talking about this is a fake culture war.
Yeah, where's he been?
It's not a fake culture war. We just pulled up a tweet with Sawyerism earlier. We're saying if you don't believe in my politics, you're not welcome here. We just talked about the Social Justice League shills. They abandoned Star Wars theory because he didn't align with their leftist ways. You have to belong in the little club, and back to the High Republic, the gay characters. That's pushing an agenda. That is part of the culture. And to write for those novels, you have to be a leftist moron. So, you know, like, we're not just ripping on Disney Star Wars just because it's bad. We're ripping on Disney Star Wars because it's bad and they don't want it to be good. They want it they want to hire leftists to write the fucking High Republic and direct these shows like Leslie Headland. They want to hire unqualified idiots to do it. They're not even trying to honor George Lucas's vision. So, yeah, it is a culture war.
And these guys,
if they were trying their very best from the beginning and it just sucked, like I don't even know if I would be on YouTube. I would still hate it, but like there is a culture war involved with it.
Definitely. And it's included in Andor too, because I mean, Gilroy even said he put in all these leftist revolutionary themes, like every revolution except for the American Revolution. That's culture. They're trying to shift the culture. Look at how great all these communist revolutions were.
It's yeah, these shills fucking retarded.
In actuality, it's these grifters cherry picking quotes from random interviews, typically when someone asks them a specific question, and they're cherry picking these and leading their audience to believe this is all these people talk about.
Yeah.
We're so mad. And like, and it's warped people's brains. It's horrible.
warped
And it
brains.
drowns out.
So everybody is what 60-75% of the fandom are just complete idiots, but you know the 642 people watching them are highly intelligent.
It warped people's brains. I think Disney warped people's brains by making shit.
Yeah.
It's like, when are we going to start blaming Disney for making shit and not wanting to make anything good and pandering to fucking SJWs like this? But it's like, no, you're too hard on Disney. You gotta judge every project fairly, and you gotta jerk off Andor. No, I'm not jerking off Andor because Disney Star Wars is fake Star Wars.
What you guys should be caring about the most, which is criticism. Valid criticism that's actionable. That's something that they can improve upon. If the noise,
I thought you just said they don't give a fuck what we think. Because a lot, I mean, this is just again proof that they don't watch. Again, we've proven this on my channel. They don't watch any of our videos. They look at a video title
and
that
thumbnail.
says
Yeah.
Disney, like they did earlier. Disney Star Wars is dead. How much you want to bet those guys didn't go and actually watch those videos?
That is true.
Because I'm sure there was some valid criticism probably in those videos explaining why Disney Star Wars is dead.
Well, we know they're not watching our videos because none of us are like, hey, we got to find this way to save Disney. No, we want the shit to end. You know, we're
and
not
like
that-
speaking
we're
of
not
the
asking
culture
for
war,
good
the
Star
fake
Wars.
culture war, which these guys were talking about, you know, I'm pretty sure if you look at Darth Melvin's content, my content, and so probably some of your content too, purists, we have proof of the Disney shills engaging in the culture war. What did Molly Damon say? Oh, you hate it because the writing's bad. No, you all hate it because a lesbian wrote it, right? Wasn't that what Molly Damon said?
Yep.
Like valid criticism. The writing's bad. This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. No, they get triggered by the titles that they just said. They typed the Star Wars is Dead title, all those Star Wars is Dead titles over the years and years and years that they were just complaining about. And they also get triggered by the thumbnails. You know, Amanda Stenberg in the thumbnail crying like triggers the hell out of these guys.
The green coat screaming SJW, love putting that in there.
Yeah, the
I
Leslie
love putting-
Headland with Harvey Weinstein. Remember, they got really mad. Remember, Jacob got so angry about that he posted a picture of George Lucas with Harvey Weinstein and said, "Well, you can't criticize Leslie Headland because here's a picture of George."
From like the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
before everybody knew what the fuck was like. Yeah, back when everything. Yeah, you could probably find a picture with every celebrity with that fucking guy.
Yeah,
but he didn't work
Disgusting
for him.
Fake fan behavior. You know, has to rip. That's what they specialize in, tearing apart real Star Wars to elevate their fake Star Wars. We should just call Disney Star Wars Legends and see if they'll take kindly to that. I'm sure they would cry their eyes out.
is so loud that you have to just cover your ears.
It's not loud. It's just that they have a much farther reach on the platform than you guys, and you're jealous. That's what it is. Like, say they're so loud. And I remember that one show from Screen Crush. It's like they're so loud and they're so toxic. It's just that more people agree with them, and you guys can't stand it. Oh. Like even us,
they care more about how people conduct themselves in the fandom than the actual product. You know, like it's back to Shill Nation, who made a ton of videos on Critical Drinker, because Critical Drinker, you get views. Just calling everyone toxic. Same fucking videos. You're toxic, and just defending Disney Star Wars. And it's like, who the fuck cares who's toxic in a fandom? You enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you hate it, you hate it. Like, why does it matter how people act? Like, why is that affecting how you interpret it?
Yeah, people can talk shit about the prequels all they want. I'll tell them they're fucking stupid. You know, it's not going to offend me. It is what it is, you know. But these people get unhinged if you don't like every little Disney project that's out there.
You know, and then channels like ours come along. Not only do we make fun of and rip on Disney Star Wars, we make fun and rip on them for liking it and enjoying the show and shilling for it, and that gets under their skin even more.
Yeah, this Element is a Ned-looking motherfucker.
But the criticisms that we lodge are not things that are clearly answered within the context of the show, right?
Yes.
We aren't going to complain about canon stuff if we don't read canon, right? I mean, we do, which is why we don't complain about it, because they're actually very good at at sticking with canon. You know,
yeah, sure. They have more canon inconsistencies
especially
in like 12 years
that Obi-Wan Kenobi show, man. Holy shit. That Obi-Wan Kenobi show, man, really stuck with the canon.
This guy's delusional. And diabetic.
Complain about this is different from this book, and we never even read that book.
We don't complain about cast interviews. We don't complain about who is directing or who is.
I'm sure if someone came in and made Disney Star Wars and it was a MAGA Republican guy, not that would ever in a million years happen, but like, or if somebody else bought Star Wars and it was some freaking hardcore conservative and he was implementing conservative values into the show and he talked about it on media, I guarantee these guys would get fucking heated over.
Oh, and you know what? If we're going to use their game, so the biggest Disney, well, next to Star Wars Theory, the next biggest Disney Star Wars channel is Star Wars Sexplained. And Star Wars Sexplained and Molly Damon hashtag Blackout Eclipse because they didn't agree with the creator of that game. I think Melvin made a video or 2 or 3 on that. So that's exact example of them, you know, doing the same shit.
And since we're bringing up Sexplained, who is one of my favorite shills to talk about, because he is the reigning shill of the year, 2024. They like this side likes to call everyone Grifters. What do you think the Sexplains are? Like, you may think they're not as toxic as Star Wars fans, but they have to unconditionally approve of all the shows. They can't just say, oh, that show sucked. This movie sucked. No, like they are paid to say that Disney Star Wars is good, to influence everyone into thinking Disney Star Wars is good. And there's clear benefits for them. Look, they just got invited to Skywalker Ranch. And like, that's one of the many perks that they get for being shills. Get invited to the premieres. And then Disney has created a shill culture on Twitter with the gift baskets. So you got people like Jacob who are shilling for the gift baskets, grifting for the gift baskets. But it's like, no, like that's not let's pick out 3 or 4 YouTubers, Theory, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, and let's just complain about them over and over because that gets views. And ironically, that's grifting.
And they say that we care about money. Well, the shills care about access. And they're all they're all going to say yes when Disney calls. Well, you got your connections over there 100%. So I think this is where they get into something which I find hilarious. So here we go.
Talking about,
and they're about to get into the Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker and the Theory right now.
Notice in their trailer reactions, if you've ever written the comment, we don't care about the cast, we just care about the story, and then you go to like Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic's trailer reactions, all they're going to do is focus on the cast.
And then the chief diversity officer decided they needed more representation, so they threw in a random black lady who has absolutely no reason to be there and contributes nothing to the story.
So why do they feel the need to replace only white characters with black characters?
And there was the decision to make the Silver Surfer, one of the most iconic antagonists in all of the Marvel comics, into a female.
When you see them reacting to a trailer...
Now... Remember what I told you all to write down in your notebooks? Remember when they said about we go and we cherry pick things?
Yeah.
We cherry pick things to get mad and upset. You went to a critical drinker video, 2 critical drinker videos, I'm sure around 6, 7, 8 minutes long, and pulled a 5-10 second clip. And you went to a nerdrotic stream. And you pulled a which I guarantee they didn't go to it. I'm sure one of their Discord members probably watched it and sent it to them. You went into a stream which was probably 2 or 3 hours, and you pulled a 5-second clip. You cherry picking clips out of theirs to make. You're doing the same exact thing that you're accusing them of doing.
And like they're trying to say that like this is a problem, race swapping and gender swapping, calling it out. And it's like they're not they're not just complaining about a white person getting race swapped. They just don't want race swaps in general. Stick with the characters that we expect to see, how it's written. We don't need a female in place of a male. Like, no one wants any of that, period. So it's
like when Marvel actually decided to make Black Panther white, right? Or a version of, and people were like celebrating it. It's like, yeah, that's a funny troll and all that. But at the end of the day, people don't really want that, right? That's just trolling them back. And these idiots at Marvel Comics are like, hey, if we do that, maybe we'll sell some books, so it's pretty funny. He'll end up being a villain or gay, but I mean, that's a different subject.
Yeah, they'll make him a minority somehow. So that was the best parts of that. I just thought that ending, cherry picking those guys and doing the same exact thing, grifting the grifters.
How Grizzly didn't fall asleep going through that to find and remember that is pretty amazing, because they're pretty boring.
I just want to point out that they think that they're going to get a studio one day, that they're going to reach that level of success. I just don't think so. Don't think it's
not
happening.
likely.
All right, so we got some super chats, and then there's going to be a short episode of FAG Pod chat. Haven't had those guys around in a while. A short episode of FAG Pod to close out the stream tonight. I don't know. Has anybody heard from OG Star Wars?
She said she was going to be with us shortly. That was about an hour ago, though. So I don't know if something happened or she got caught up in traffic or.
Okay. So I don't want her to like bop in the middle of the when the fags are speaking. But anyway, Azrael Gamer for $5, just in case I can't stay. Have a great night. Thank you for the 5. And I think we've had a great night so far. Ripping Shills is always great.
It's always great when you rip on J.I. Acup.
Double AA for 2. The GKA's power has doubled since time. Forever GKA 100. Thank you, Double AA for the 2. Fabian Saunders, member for 13 months, man. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Been a while. My new job makes it difficult to make these live streams. Glad to be here today. Well, glad to have you, man. Good luck on the best wishes on the job. Rest in peace, my pal Cletus died of a drug overdose today. Whoa.
That sucks.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Cletus. That sucks.
Don't do drugs, okay?
Smorgan, member for 7 months, begun the Clone Wars app.
That's about the J.I. Acup post.
I had to think about that for a second.
Clone of J.I. Acup on Twitter.
Begun the clone J.I. Acup wars.
There's a lot to talk about with that.
There's a lot of clones out there, let's just say, and it's going to be discussed. Black Metal Nazgul for 5. Outside of the Gatekeepers Alliance, most Star Wars channels are full of shit. That's why I trust you guys the most in exposing the shills and despising Disney Star Wars. I'm pretty sure we're the only group. We're the only we're the only group, the only bauble, the only fandom, part of the fandom that rejects all of Disney Star Wars.
It's like I think you have some people that like may appreciate some aspects, might find some humor, but like no one I think really cares like the Gatekeepers Alliance, and that's why we're here. And we got a good community of people, and we're gonna be avenging Star Wars.
Is that Blackman on Nazgul? I gotta ask, is that Bella Ramsey's face
Looks like it.
photoshopped on like Diddy or something?
It's
It
definitely
looks
got
like
some Bella Ramsey
it looks
vibes.
like Bella. It looks like Bella Ramsey. That's great. Lore Master Chris for $10, according to J.I. Jacob and his Trump hair, Jake Skywalker was a way better route to go to. Excuse me, a way better route to go down than the real Luke. Wonder if he would apply that same logic if his girl Rey was turned into a depressed hermit. That's a good question. I'm sure he'd probably find a way to like it.
Yeah, right.
He'd find a way to like it. If it's Disney Star Wars, he's going to like it.
It is Bella Diddy. Bella
But
Diddy.
It is. It is.
Jacob is such a piece of shit. Like, he claims to be super positive and just like loves Star Wars. In the past, he has taken giant shits on the expanded universe, and recently he's bought a couple books and he's like trying to praise the expanded universe. It's just a fucking two-faced motherfucker.
Good shit. Thank you, Lore Master Chris, for the 10 and Real Darth Ghostface for 5. There is no Palestine, only Israel. Jacob outed himself as an anti-Semite, and actual Nazis would agree with him on the Israel-Hamas conflict. Yeah, I think Hitler would probably agree with J.I. Jacob.
I think Jacob needs to be trolled on his position on Iran, like, because he's being silent and he's being complicit with what is happening.
No complicity.
All right, and that's it for the super chats. All right, we the gatekeepers and we're gonna bounce for a little bit, and the FAG guy, the fans against gatekeepers are gonna come on for just a little bit, maybe like 15-20 minutes or so. So feel free to troll them as much as you like. And we will be back. We'll be back shortly to close out the stream, man. Look out. Oh, and real quick, just caught us. Melissa Lord for 5. Great stream, guys. It'll be my birthday at 12 a.m. Well, happy birthday, Melissa Lord. Happy early birth. I don't know what time zone you're on, but that's 23 minutes for me. Going to watch
Eastern,
the Braves.
I believe.
Okay, great. Gonna watch the Braves game at the Ale House because they aren't on TBS anymore. Oh, really? They've been on TBS since like I was a kid. 3 more episodes of Riri. Oh, don't fucking remind me. Don't even fucking remind me. Riri. And yeah, let's just say the MCU shills are re-reeing over Riri.
Gonna watch the Braves game, have a few beers, stop by the Sex Plains residence, which was in the area. Yeah, it'll be like high school again, you know? We'll get the toilet paper, we'll get the eggs.
Shaving cream. Yep.
Good
Happy
shit.
birthday,
And
Melissa.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Melissa. You know, making it available to us to not, or at least for me to not to bypass the Disney Plus. So good shit there. Good shit there. All right, guys, we will be back in a little bit. For now, I think you guys know. Unfortunately, what time it is.
The strongest signal coming to you all over the globe. The show unlike any other.
Fans against gatekeeping.
FAG Pod. We are FAG.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Luthen, and this is my first time on FAG. I just want to, I guess I'll say thank you to them gatekeeper boys for letting me come on stream today. Thank you, I guess. Who else we got here? We got someone named Jacob. Nice to meet you, Jacob. I think they were talking about you earlier, man.
Well, hi, Luthen. I'm a little nervous to meet one of my favorite characters of Andor. Oh, I'm
appreciate
Jacob.
that.
Some people call me J-A-I Jacob because I have a fake wife, but I don't.
And we got Pseudo. Well, I guess this other guy might be a fan of me. Might be a fan of me as well. So I can't spell too well. Let me see here. It's Pesuedo, intellectual Andor fan. What's up, sir?
Oh, yes, Luthen Rael, you are one of the best Star Wars characters ever created, Wedge Antilles. He ain't got shit on Luthen, that's for damn certain. I believe my microwave's just gone off. I've got to go fetch my tea. I'll be right back.
Good to have you on the stream, pseudo-intellectual Andor fan. Woo!
All right, chat. I just want to say I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat here. If anybody, just please no trolling. This is a very respectful chat here, and we there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. I just wanna say that there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. So you can give your opinion in the chat if you want to, but I don't want to see any trolling in the chat. All right, I don't put up with any trolling in the chat.
Well,
Mr. Grizzy assured me that there would be no goddamn trolling in the chat. I don't want to hear it.
As a sophisticated fan of Andor, I would not even take the time to read a chat that's in the main chat. I mean, a gifted chat, or what do they call them? The super chats, I believe. I guess we couldn't avoid those, but these peasants in the comments section, I will not pay them any attention. I'm a little too highbrow for that.
I think it's wishful thinking that these people are going to be civil and not attack us because this channel creates the worst people in the fandom, and I've known this because I have been harassed online. My face has been digitally altered. My fake wife has been made fun of. I mean, she's not a fake wife; she's a real wife. It's just they're the worst people in the fandom.
Well, I believe the Andor fans are the best. We are the most intelligent group of the lot of Star Wars. There's those pesky prequels that George Lucas asshole made are quite trite compared to the intellectual sophistication of Mr. Tony Gilroy. Now, I do believe I am not the best at math. Now, I may know how to talk sophisticated. I definitely don't read any books like from that expanded universe, but I'm not very good at math either. I have all these people telling me the ratings of Andor were not good, but yet we sit on number one on the Nielsen's ratings. I'm not quite understanding that.
Are we going to go much longer? Because I haven't eaten much today, and I'm just kind of getting a headache.
Now, God damn it, Jared, I don't sound like Bill Clinton. This is what I'm talking about, all right? And Mr. Grizzy, I heard Mr. Grizzy say on one of his previous streams that he was going to put God hates FAGs on a t-shirt and try to sell it. And I think that's fucking ridiculous. And nobody would ever buy that t-shirt if he went ahead and did that. He's going to do a whole t-shirt to try and troll FAG pod. And that's just goddamn ridiculous if you ask me.
Sounds a bit like the Grifters would do. Something like my buddy Choco would call that a bit of grifting, I believe.
You know, and listen, take it easy on Jacob, you see, because Jacob, he already said that he has 98% of you, 98% of you gatekeeper boys banned already. He said that earlier, and unfortunately, we can't ban people in this chat. So I'm going to ask you, you know, if you guys keep trolling, I'm going to have to politely ask you to stop if you keep it up.
Can I get a 1 in the chat if you're a fan of Grogu? A 2 in the chat if you don't like Grogu.
Ugh,
'Cause
Grogu.
I love Grogu. They call me a Gap, a Grogu attracted person, but that's absurd. I'm not attracted to Grogu. He's just my friend.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, chap. I mean, Grogu is one of those third-grade written Dave Filoni type characters. I would have no place in Star Wars. People like Grogu are the reasons why Disney Star Wars gets a bad name. If we could get more from Mr. Tony Gilroy, Star Wars would be saved.
I gotta say, Luthen, I'm so happy to meet you, and you just remind me of an elder I had in my youth. I did a lot of work with the Boy Scouts, and I got really close to this older male, and you just remind me so much about him.
Well, Jacob, let me tell you, Jacob, you kind of remind me of Andor a little bit there, sir. How's that make you feel?
Woo! Andor! Woo! Skippity, skippity!
Oh.
Now, hang on. Mr. Grizzy, apparently Mr. Grizzy just sent me a DM here, and I don't really know what to think about it. He said that somebody else is going to be perhaps joining the stream here in a sec.
Punch it! I'm Jacob. Welcome to Lightspeed.
As long as their IQ is high enough to watch a Disney show and not read an expanded universe book, then that would be great.
Well, I'm definitely high IQ. I buy my subscribers.
Oh, you're quite a funny chap, Jacob. So what did you like about Andor, Jacob, being that you're a Grogu attracted person? What is it that turns you on about Andor?
Well, I really just like the diversity in the cast. I mean, we've got too many white people in Star Wars, so just the diversity. Luthen, the strong male presence that was just so manly in the show. Diego Luna is also one of my favorite actors ever. I have a poster of him in my room. And then I just think it was peak Star Wars. It was peak Star Wars, and it was better than the original trilogy. I do. I think it was better than the original trilogy. I tried to get my fake wife to watch it, and she's like, I don't like Star Wars. I said, why don't you like Star Wars? This is Andor. It's better than Star Wars.
These gatekeepers talk about falling asleep. It was such a pulse-pounding, unbelievable show. I just cannot see how and fathom how anyone in their right mind could fall asleep watching cinema like this.
Just a second, you guys. I'm trying to get. Apparently, we have a Dash Star on here. I think we have him.
Oh, Mrs. Dash is here, huh? To greet us with his presence. Nice to hear.
Yeah, it's a little bit of
love
a. I
that
had
rule
to.
of 3. I haven't seen him on that for quite some time.
Hang on a second. I think we might have him. He's not going to show up on screen. It's a Discord call. But Dash, are you there? Are you there, Mrs. Dash? Or sorry, do you not like to be called that? Is that hello?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Dash?
Are you okay?
it out.
It'll be all right.
Sorry. Yeah, this is Dash. I've officially been fired by Star Wars Theory. You know, when he asked me to come on and do a show with him in Stupendous Wave, I thought it would be the resurrection of my YouTube career. I could leech off of his millions of subscribers. Then, after a few months of doing the show with record low viewership, he fired me. And I couldn't even get back up to 10,000 subscribers. I just wanted to ask, can I please be on FANG Pod? I'm begging you. I literally have nothing going on in my life. You can call me Mrs. Dash, I don't care. I'll even suck your dick if you want. I need something. Something.
What? He said you suck dick. What? I'll volunteer. Punch it. I'm Jacob.
Sounds like he's been hanging out with your Boy Scout troop leader, Jacob.
I don't even know who that was. Well, Mr. Grizzy just said Dash is here. I tried to invite him to StreamYard, but it didn't work. Maybe that's why he got fired. I don't know. What do you think, chat?
Luthen said Dash who?
I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is, but he wants to suck dick, and so punch it!
I guess we could use a little bit of diversity on the, have some LGBTQ representation. I mean, is he gay or is he trans or maybe he's both? And I think that'd be great to have on here. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, I know a lot of people on our side love to talk about, a lot of woke shit, but there definitely was some of that woke shit going on with Andor, if you know what I mean. Some scissoring scenes, I believe they may have deleted out of it, old chap. I think he would fit in great. I'm sure him and Diego would get along quite well.
Guys, I gotta ask you, was that AI? Was that something that was AI generated? Because I'm just getting kind of hot right now. Woo!
You would be the professional on that aspect, wouldn't you, Jacob?
Well, I definitely have a fetish for AI. They call me J.I. Jacob.
That USA motherfucker. I don't really like the USA. I prefer Britain and Scotland. Those are much better areas to live in. You wouldn't want to live in the trash USA. I mean, look at what's going on. We have the Gorman massacre going on all over the streets of Los Angeles right now because of Emperor Trumpetine, It's unbelievable.
It's bad enough, that guy, and what he pushes with Star Wars and all the lies he says, and then the fans of his being the worst ever, the worst people imaginable, and then his name, United Spacers Alliance, USA. You couldn't have picked a more offensive acronym for that. Ah!
How much did you score your Trump toupee for, Jacob? I was interested in getting one.
I don't have Trump hair. This is my real hairline. It is.
Oh wow, you're blessed with a quite nice hairline. Then I need to get a hair.
Some speculate that it's a loop swoop and a comb over and times 3 with the Trump effect. No, it's just how my hair naturally lies. I wouldn't make this up. It's not like I would make up a fake channel and buy views and subscribers and then lie about my hair. No! Or lie about my wife. What kind of sick person would do that?
I guess they think Disney Shills would, apparently. I don't know. It's beyond me.
All right, enough with the Trump chat. Again, chat, I'm telling you, don't be trolling in the chat. Now, I want you guys to know that next week or the next time us FAGs get together, look, we're not big fans. Well, I guess some of us kind of are of Star Wars Theory, how he gets his fans on the chat. So we're gonna do a fans join the stream, FAG fans join the stream on the next episode of the FAG pod. And again, no trolling. I know what people like to do on these. I've seen it happen before. All right. People put like the troll names, the God hates FAGs and shit like that. I don't want to see any of that on there. And so we're gonna do that on the next time. And we're going to get some of the fans, the people, and we're going to talk about real Star Wars. And it's okay if you like something in Disney Star Wars. It's okay if you don't like it. It's going to be fun. You guys excited?
There is no room for bigotry in Disney Star Wars. We will not.
I just don't want the trolling. You know, if there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. All right. And I don't want to see that Bill Billington meme either. We all know, you know, hashtag SimpSpeed. Yeah, real funny, asshole. I see what you did there. You're a real funny, asshole.
Got some fucking live ones here tonight. I apologize. I'm a little too sophisticated to be using profanity every other word. Starting to sound like that Marvel purist a-hole.
And I just wanted to say that I fully support Iran and free Palestine!
All right, and on that wonderful note, I think we're going to call it for FAG Pod Chat. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Maybe we'll get Dash on next week. That'd be
champagne wishes and caviar dreams, folks.
That'd be great. And I'm definitely gonna take him up on his offer to suck my dick.
Let me activate the call again. Maybe he's feeling better. No, he's not. Okay, he's still pretty upset about being fired. So I guess goodbye from the FAG pod. We will see you on the next one, guys. Good shit. Thank you.
Cheerio.
The strongest signal coming to you all over the globe. A show unlike any other.
Fans against gatekeeping.
FAG Pod. We are FAG.
All right, and as usual, that was terrible as usual.
Fucking weirdos. I guess we were right. Hashtag you're fired. It's confirmed.
Yeah, I guess he was. Yeah, it's a shame. I hope he feels better. I hope he feels better.
Maybe he'll sell this channel too, like he did his last one. Then he
might as well.
That could be a gatekeeper.
What can you get for like a 6,000 subscriber channel? All right, so what they said at the end of that there, I have a little plan for that. What they said there for their next stream. So all of the upper tier channel members across all the members of the Gatekeepers Alliance, we're going to send the stream link out. So I believe that's Lords of the Realm and higher for me. Melvin, what would that be for Darth Melvin? What would that be for you? Is Darth Melvin there? We'll come back to him. Purist, what would that be for you?
My highest is Omega, and then I have the near Omega levels, my middle, because I have 3 tiers.
Okay, yeah, I'd say I have 3, so it's like my top 2. Okay. And Darth Melvin, I forget. Hopefully he'll be back. There he is.
Yes, Lord.
You saying the highest level?
The whatever your upper levels are.
So I got 3. The Sith Lord or Sith Master. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Sith Lord would work.
Yeah. So stay tuned. So what we're gonna do is that when they go in, we're gonna try and we're gonna fuck with them, and we're gonna drop their FAG pod link out to all of our upper tier channel members across all of the Gatekeepers Alliance, and you guys can go in and raid their stream and fuck with them a little bit. It might be fun. I thought I had that idea a while back. You could go in there, fuck with them, just come in and say something mean or nasty. make up a troll name or something. Don't say anything that's going to get like get my channel a community guidelines strike, guys. At least keep it like keep it rated R, maybe not quite TVMA, but go in there and do some trolling of the fans against gatekeepers. I think that'd be really, really funny.
I think it would too. Get everybody involved. Get some
Keep
action.
it something interactive to do with do that with the community and everything. And what better way than to rip on some of the FAG pods. So whoever's in there can do that. And so we'll let you guys know across all our channels how you guys can do that. You don't have to if you don't want to, but Real Darth Ghostface, think about it though. You could troll some fuckers yourself, man. Could be fun if you ask me. I might even come up with something and do it myself, honestly.
You can expose the controlled opposition.
Maybe we could have a good conversation and reach common ground and then talk about how Darth Melvin's a toxic male. He's too extreme, hating Disney Star Wars.
Perhaps something like that. It could be fun. It could be fun. But anyway, guys, that was episode 5 of Star Trigger. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for episode 6. Tune in to Darth Melvin. Are you live tomorrow night?
Yes, I am. We are going to be talking about some stuff, covering the Sexplains. Do some good shit.
Keeping up with the Sexplains, as always. Good shit. And Purist, anything coming up for you, sir?
Day. And then we should have China Sabers Part 2 out before the next convention circuit on July 3rd. So stay posted for that.
All right, good shit. And as for me, we got some DE Ironheart videos on the way early next week. Already getting started and working on that. So that's me, you guys. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Great episode of Star Triggered, and we will see you on our respected channels and then eventually on the next one. Later.